Hey, I'm Willie Banks and I'm golfing for the Andre Reed Foundation. It's a pleasure to be out here in Southern California enjoying the sun and golfing with all the guys. You know, it's wonderful to be able to help the Boys and Girls Club because they help the foundation of this country, and so I'm always willing to support that.
Welcome back to another episode. We're here in the San Diego area with the Olympian, the triple jumper, the great Willie Banks, and you're out supporting Andre Reed.
Yes, I am. I'm really enjoying this. You know, it's so important for us, the athletes, to come out and work with the kids, but it's also important to help raise money for this this function, and to be able to get all the people out to have a great sunny day of golf and to, you know, mingle and do what is, well, what's important for this country.
Yeah. And as you know, reading's important. So what kind of reader are you? Is there any books you like or subjects?
I do. Well, I read every day, of course, on my phone. I do a lot of reading the news and things like that. But I also love to read novels, novels that really are involved more with history. I was a big history buff, so I read a lot of James Clavell and Leon Uris and things like that. So, you know, the big thick books. And I started that because when I was traveling as an athlete, we have tons of time, right? Traveling in airplanes or in trains and cars. And so I'd sit there and just read these big old novels. And I thank God that now we have a phone or an iPad that we can read, because these books were heavy and I'd carry them in a backpack and it was awesome. But anyway, yeah.
Well, what are you up to these days if people want to catch up with the great Willie Banks?
Well, I do a lot of charitable stuff, but I sit on the Council for the World Athletics, which is the International Federation for Track and Field. I sit on the Board of Directors of USA Track and Field, and I sit on the Foundation for USA Track and Field, as well as I do a lot of things for Carlsbad and Oceanside and San Diego for sports. I put on a lot of kids camps. I work with the Boys and Girls Club, and just enjoy, you know, enjoy life.
So you got a lot going on.
Well, I tend to stay busy.
Awesome. Well, I got some fun questions here to wrap it up too. You know, you have so many great athletes like yourself out here. So you're a local guy. Who were your favorite teams and players growing up?
Oh my goodness, growing up, my favorite player in track and field was not an American. He was Victor Sineyev, a Russian, but he was the best triple jumper in the world. And so, you know, you kind of look up to those who are great. But then I was a big basketball player, and I loved Wilt Chamberlain, and you know, you can tell I'm old, but I love all the guys that are playing right now. My favorite, of course, my favorite is Curry. I think you know, the Warriors. He's fun to watch, and I'm a fun-loving guy, and so just watching him makes me smile. I love football. When I was raised here in Southern California, so of course I was a big fan of the Raiders at the time, and then San Diego Chargers. But I was born up in the Bay Area, so I was a major fan of the Giants, and some names that people won't remember, but Willie Mays, Willie McCovey, all those great athletes up there. So that was me, you know, really into it.
Well, one last one here. Willie May, I'm from the Bay Area, so if you could pick one person, living or dead, that could be an athlete or just someone you admire, who would you want to have dinner with?
It could be anyone.
Yeah, anybody.
Jesus.
Hey, I'm with you on that one. That's a good choice.
All right, my brother.
Well, hey, nice to meet you, and thanks for coming out for a great cause.
All right, it's my pleasure. And thank you, Ryan. I really appreciate you having me.